Let's bring this meeting to order. This is the Historic District Commission Town of Fairfield. Today is January 8th, 2026. The notice of this hearing was published on the website. Let's take attendance. Darren Lane, Raymond Luck, here. Art Granis,
Here.
Maura Garrett,
Here, garbage.
Greg Valente. Jay Macamondo.
Yep.
Jim Bohan,
Here.
and I'm Rosina Negron, absent in this meeting are George Clark and Greg Valente. The first item in the agenda is the pre-application discussion for Linda Cheddar. 960 Harbor Road, Southport, Connecticut, for a property located at 160 Harbor Road.
Thank you. And I'm here for Catherine and Graham Nix. And what we're looking to do is to add on to the existing barn that's here. And in case it's too, I wasn't sure if I was gonna be on the big screen. I only brought three.
I'll share.
Oh, maybe I do. Wait,
I can share. It's totally fine.
okay. I do have more than I thought. And there are a couple different views.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Okay,
I guess this.
well, I'll share.
Okay. So what we're looking to do is take this barn that was built in the early 2000s and they would like it to be more usable. And right now it's a huge space inside and the windows are set at 4'10". So it just feels dark and awkward. And that started this process. They'd love to use it for large family gatherings because she has a big extended family. So that got the ball rolling. And so their main goal is to make it a little bit larger so that they have room for what they feel they're going to be needing. And that's bringing it to the side towards the house. Here, I didn't outline in red, but here is the house. And so we're putting on a little addition here, and then we're also putting in a large addition in the back, which won't be visible. And he works long hours and loves to golf, so that's going to be his golf room.
Okay.
We're also putting in dormers on here, and what's within the zoning setback is a shed dormer on the back. So we will be going to ZBA hopefully next month, right before we come to see you. So existing barn, low windows, all closed up. Siding is going to need a repair if we don't replace, and I'm saying that there's so much in bad shape that we're probably replacing. We are replacing windows just to be more usable.
Was this a barn, just pure barn, or was it functioning inside already?
So those functions are there already. There is a kitchenette in it and a full bath.
It had the heating and.
Oh, it has a heat pump. Yes. And then a 3-car garage down below. And it has a loft up above, but the loft, it's almost not usable for much of anything.
So this is all existing or?
So this is all existing, yes. And onto this drawing here, I've just said, these are the two, this is the front dormer we're going to put in. That's kind of the scale of it. And then this is a back shed dormer that we would like to put on as well. So what we're, if I can, to make it more clear, maybe I'll start on, this is all existing. So what we're asking for is 2 gable dormers in the front and a cupola. And then an addition on this side of the building, which will have a door below so the kids can get in there to get their bikes and things without going through these doors. And then it'll have on the back side, it'll have a larger addition. Right now, there's a set of steps out here and then a treacherous set of stone steps down. So we're looking to formalize those more with a handrail so that they can really use it year round without feeling like they're slipping down the stairs. So in plan, here is the existing structure. And then we're adding a little bit over 10 feet onto the side and then putting a landing to get out. And these are folding doors, so all of this would be a landing onto a patio. And their hope is to just be able to spill out and use the yard during birthday parties and things. And then this is the stairs down to the house level, the kind of the yard and the house is all down there. This is the existing loft and this is the dormer we'd like to put in the front. And this wall is just 3 feet high, so it can kind of give you an idea of how tight it is up there. And then, we're hoping to put a shed dormer that's held back a foot from the edge, so it's about 2 feet from the rake, but I think it might be a little bit visible. Without going up there with a stick, I can't tell. And then we're looking to put a small cupola on the top just to get some light into the middle of the room from above.
Rosina, can I ask the address of this?
It's 160 Harbor Road.
160, thank you.
Yes, right when you cross the bridge.
It was in the public notice and in the agenda.
It's across from that one that they've just raised up
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
are doing all the work.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know that one, I'm sure. Okay, so here we are looking from Harbor Road. And we're looking to put in new doors. Right now, the doors were flush and then they had the same siding put over them. And we're looking, once all of this became a little bit more formal, we were looking to formalize the doors just slightly. So we're thinking that it would be flush with just kind of the diagonal
Just for texture.
yeah, that kind of a language. Right now, it's very flush, and
Yeah.
if it weren't on a barn, it would look modern. And so this is the addition, and right now, the retaining wall comes along here, and we're just asking to cut that part back and put a door with a little roof over it, just to kind of protect the door from the rain that comes down. And then we're asking for the 2 dormers plus the cupola. And these are the window changes on here. This is, right now, this is the top of the window.
Mhm.
And so this is a 6'8" window height along here.
Mhm.
And then we have a wood railing here, and we're looking to just put, to keep kind of that idea of open and diagonal theme going, and it'll be wire mesh behind it to meet the building code. And we're looking to continue this brick or this stone veneer similar to what's on it now, just around onto here, and then the stone wall will be different. It will be a true stone wall. And then there's also, we'll see, this set of steps coming down that will be bluestone, and then this stone veneer that's like the building right on here. And we will need a handrail, so we're just saying something very simple, painted aluminum round shape. On this side, these are the bifold doors with a roof over them. And then 2 fixed windows above. And so I believe that this is the shed dormer. You might could be able to see this part of it. And then on the end of the building, we're taking out the little round window to give a proper window up in the loft. And then putting in windows to match the front of the building on the side, so that they are also not so low. And I'm taking out the middle one so that the kitchen that they can envision will work a little bit better. So a lot of changes to a little barn that was built in the 2000s.
What's the square footage of the existing? Do you have any idea? And I guess what I'm looking for is the percentage that's increasing with what you're adding to the back.
To the back, I don't have it off the top of my head.
Are you doubling it? It looks like you're kind of doubling it.
We're close.
Potentially, yeah.
And the only reason
I had that
You
because
can find it up on
it's
GIS.
considered an ADU, and so I did have all those numbers at one point.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I just from our standpoint, just as we're
As a
talking,
mass.
if you come up Harbor Road, whether that coming out the back, it's gonna feel like that's another house, or, it's gonna feel more, it's just hard from this scale.
Yeah, but I think their barn is going to be blocking this,
Mostly, yeah.
if not mostly, but yeah, and it also goes up. The reason we have this stone going up at this level is it's going into the hill. So the mass feeling from the front is very different from the mass feeling from the back, because this is going to feel like less than a much smaller scale building, but we have raised the plate height, so where the roof the slip ceiling starts inside, In this one, it starts at 7'3". So we are looking to put it up to a full height room when it starts, partly because he's gonna be golfing in there. Well, it's a whole setup.
For golf, whole city.
It's
It's
it's a thing.
popular.
It's a
Yeah,
thing.
it's not the first one I've done.
Can't they go to the club on the post road? Isn't that
And
what-
Westport just opened one called the Club.
That's what I heard.
It's there, it's $200 an hour,
So it's better to buy a building.
Build it.
Yes.
and we
And
will,
then the kids can use, they have 3 little kids, the kids can use the room.
Whatever, that's not.
But anyway, but, right.
Do you wanna go or do you want to take it?
Go for it.
So I have a few concerns.
Okay.
I like the new barn doors. I feel like that's bringing the barn element back. But it's kind of a trade-off because some of the other changes make it look more like a colonial revival house. And so you're losing kind of that accessory outbuilding kind of feel that you have currently. And it does kind of, forgetting square footage at the moment, because I'm a little less concerned about that because the buildings around it will kind of shield some of
Yeah.
the back. But from the entrance to the drive, it feels more like
Another house.
another house, like a chauffeur would live in or
Carriage
you know,
house.
a carriage house.
Then a barn.
Yeah, and that's my main concern. And again, I know these are just renderings, but the dormer and the cupola look like three
Little house,
dormer, you know,
Well,
like,
whenever I've done, I mean, been at it a while. A cupola that looks like this, and I didn't do any 3D drawings.
yeah.
When it looks this big in an elevation drawing, it shrinks in reality.
I'm not worried about the
Okay.
size per
Okay.
se. I'm
All
worried
right.
about the window element because it looks like the windows of the dormers.
Yeah.
Is there a way to make it like a solid plate glass so it looks like invisible? Instead of like a divided light?
It would be, but you don't want it to look like a window. You want.
I would
it
rather
won't be
it-
invisible if you make it glass that you see through. Is that what you're thinking?
I just think right now it looks too much like another dormer.
Okay. So if I change the scale,
It's
Or-
not even a scale thing. It's the, do you know what I'm saying?
Is
It's
it
like
because,
the
is it the amount of additional detail?
It might be.
well, like the double, is it a door?
That's
it's a window. That's what
Like
I
a window.
It looks like a door from here.
Well, their request originally had been for a door, but that meant it led to all
Safety.
sorts of, yeah.
currently, is it just swing barn doors that open up?
Correct.
Is that what's there?
Yes.
Okay.
And again, I have no problem with the 3 barn doors, the garage doors. The middle
Mhm.
window
It's a window.
is a lot.
Mhm.
And
It's-
it feels much more like a
Residential.
house. And part of this is too, that there are several houses throughout town that were dairy barns that look a lot like this now because they're lived-in houses. There's one on Verna Hill. It has that circular, or it has an oblong window,
Yes.
but you know, so this is feeling like a colonial revitalized converted barn more so than maintaining that sort of outbuilding vibe.
But to your point, Darren, it's like, you have the window, you've added the dormers, you've added the cupola, you've added the braille, you've added the stairs. You know, a lot of those, you are trying to make it functional. So
It's going to be a lived, hopefully it will be a
Right, but-
lived-in building, because for them, it really hasn't.
But you're
functioned.
talking about a kitchenette, you
It's-
know,
yeah.
you're talking about golf. It is another
It's
house.
it's an ADU. That's what it
Yeah,
falls under.
Interior usage is like
No, but I'm just saying,
So-
it's not the interior, but she has to create all these things on the outside.
100%.
So that it's comfortable on the inside.
But it just feels like,
It's too
I
much.
don't, it feels too much. I would like to see it more simplified, to have more of like a nod to an external farm building or.
Are
an
you,
ex-
are you, part of your, objection, is it those gable dormers and the?
No, I don't have a problem with the
What
gable.
is it, it's
It's
that
the
big
cupola.
window there?
It's the window in the cupola. It just looks weird to me. It looks like a smaller dormer as
So
opposed to.
If we were to take the cupola off,
I don't have a problem with it.
You have a problem with panes in the cupola.
I have
Where
my
my
pains
Is that what if the window got smaller so that the proportion of side, right now, yes, the sides here are a little
It's the
thicker
same.
than that, but it's very similar. If this got smaller. 'cause
I don't,
and this
it's
is-
not,
What about if you make them things just like that? With
like, that would even
Yeah.
be better, you know,
Okay.
like, when I think of cupolas, I've seen them louvered, obviously, I know that's not the point here, cause you want more light. I've seen ones that have just very, very simple windows or just a plate glass, so you can kind of see through it, it's more like a bell tower on an old school.
But I'm even,
know-
like, look at this though, it's like, it's interesting because these windows were so classic barn.
Yeah.
Because they're the,
Right,
you know, and that's part of it is because we're putting in more traditional
Windows.
house windows.
right. To get them that kind of a shape, but uppity something you use, they looked funny. I mean,
Did they?
we've been around the,
Yeah.
kind of the window.
You can't do like a horizontal bigger window.
Well, they got really bigger, but then,
Yeah,
you know, I feel like what makes something an agricultural building in part is leaving as much wall
Right.
versus the window.
right,
So
right.
I think making this horizontal took more. Now, doing something here, we can shrink that. That when one of these went in there, I didn't want to take this off. That was one suggestion the client had had. Can we just take this part off? But it is existing well, it's existing fabric.
I know it's an existing.
So- At some point, I'm like, because if that were gone, we could just go 1, 2, 3, and it would be like mellow.
I mean, even
fine.
if you move, I know it's existing fabric and I know I'm gonna get pushback on this, but even if you take out that circular window, which is so.
Well, yeah,
I
It's all built over, so from the inside, that window does not give any light.
mean, you could take it out
And make that, make it look
and
more
just,
like,
and just
Yeah.
It's-
turn it into
To
wall.
me, that's more objectionable than that window.
Is that window gonna be operable?
This one?
Yeah, the center one, yeah.
Can you
No,
open it?
I just had it fixed.
can't we
So-
make that
And it looked like one of the doors of the barn with perhaps glass. Like it's a more modern approach.
but it would look like a
You're
hanger.
saying plate, you all are going to plate glass.
I'm not understanding what she's.
She's asking, I believe Rosine's asking, could we put the doors
Oh,
open here?
Yeah.
I can ask about that. That,
Make
even
it-
if you make it very, when you're inside, you'll really feel like
You're outside.
you're outside.
What's your plan, golf? So why wouldn't you?
That's over that.
This is where they come and gather.
It's a private room.
But they can put curtains.
They could put, yes,
They
there
could-
could be, it could be no
they could-
lines, but
they could
I mean,
take
is that
off.
kind of your, we kind of briefly talked about it.
Another one,
I'm not sure
off the
I'm
page, they put it
So-
front.
She has the windows here, right? You're talking about putting extra doors here, so it looks like.
No,
No.
one big
That's
plate
very
glass
big.
right
So
here.
that this.
Oh, just one
looks
open,
like
oh, I get it, like just one solid sheet of glass.
The door, yeah.
Yeah, and then
It's
the
Like an old paint.
door is on the
You know, when
outside.
you have the extender
that
and
would-
pulley.
That would look odd to me because usually those have doors.
And we're sort of going into the carriage house here.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't deny that. In order to make it really functional, it's carriage house. And is that appropriate or not? You can tell me going towards carriage house, you feel like that's really inappropriate.
I need to see that.
And if this were an old barn,
No, I got it
I'd
up
be
here.
concerned, but this is
What is it, 160 Harbor?
Yeah.
But the thing is that house,
The house is separate.
this one here,
Harbor
It's-
Road,
it's a center
rural.
hall.
south
Right?
of where.
no,
Oh.
it isn't.
I'll tell you.
I'm looking
I
at
didn't come with any of that.
Hold on.
Just give me the basement.
25 photos, here we go.
I
Oh,
just walked by it and I forget.
so there's a door on one side.
Oh, it's an 18, okay, so,
It's a Victorian kind of a thing. It used to have a wraparound porch originally when it was built.
yeah,
It's in the Pequot files, or if they're now.
it's
down-
definitely seen some changes over its life,
It's-
but,
yeah.
cause it looks
Seen a
like
lot.
an 1830s Greek revival that has been changed in the 1850s, so I would just like to see a little more of that subsidiary auxiliary building instead of the kind of, converted barn residence vibe.
But let's go back to her point though, is like, she could take it to a carriage house. Like, would that be actually maybe more in fitting with the original house.
Instead of going with the vertical siding, go to a clapboard or a shingle. Probably clapboard, but,
I don't think so in this.
okay.
That's my personal.
No, I hear you.
I don't
Well,
think,
the other point is, and I always admire Darren because of her insights and her professional background, but maybe it's just her, I don't know. I don't have a huge problem with that, and we'll leave it up to the consensus, but,
well, I mean, we're not, we're just.
No, we're.
no, I'm just saying, I don't
It's just,
want,
it's just a lot.
From
That's all I'm
from the
saying.
scale
Just
point
a
of
lot.
view, that this is back. So this is
Yeah.
still gonna read, and this is basically one bay.
Yeah.
Is what we added on.
I don't have a problem with the addition.
Okay.
My eyes focus on the cupola, the dormers, and that center window, which,
Mine was all that plus the additional, which was the combination was
Mhm.
gonna make it.
This, I mean,
That we
if I'm
needed
gonna
a
go
railing
nitpicky,
and-
the stone.
you said the dormers, Rosina?
Well, the
This is-
stone
yeah.
that's on, the
Yeah.
stone that's on there.
I know, it's not very thin.
Yeah, it's very modern. So
Yeah, and that's what kills me about it.
there's a wall that runs around there now,
Wait, what?
and I'm thinking that will be the wall.
yeah, the house is eight.
That's not-
Would you be better off having this kind of dormer up instead of those?
Based on the look of that house, I don't think that's right.
Are you
It
guys
was
listening?
built, but it's being.
You know, instead of like these
part of it-
doghouse dormers,
Right.
Put a shed on,
put the,
put
Shed.
this shed with
I
one.
kind of like that better.
What, I'm sorry.
Okay.
it's
Push
better
that
than those
instead
up
of-
here.
Then
Yeah.
you wouldn't be.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yes,
Okay.
I agree with you. on that.
I think it's, yeah, I think it blends better
yes.
and you don't have so many angles going.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree with you.
and that'll kind of
It'll quieten it down a lot.
dissipate the cupola.
Mhm.
Cause
I
it's not
agree.
like, you know,
Right.
what,
Then we'll only have
a
two.
triangle
windows
there.
Correct. This will mimic, this will mimic that to some degree, but be way up there farther off.
And you take all those points out.
To me,
You have one point.
doing that
That
would
would-
kind of lean towards what Darren's saying and it take away the, another house aspect of it.
Can I ask another stupid question?
That's fine.
Where is the floor height? Is it right at the base of where that window, the middle window is?
Up here,
No, in
the main.
the main, yeah,
It's
like
right
that.
here, so it's right there.
So if you
Oh, I
look
see.
at,
There's a
if you
little-
look at the pictures on
That's the
Zillow,
line.
you'll get to see the inside of the garage and how it's laid out.
Yeah, I was just wondering.
The first floor starts on top of the garage doors, but then it goes all the way to the rafters.
Right, which isn't that high in there.
Right.
Which is at like 7.3, I can
Right.
touch it. Which is kind of, that's part of the proportion issue that we're trying to deal with, like, it's a very big volume of space. but
Yeah.
There's the top of the wall.
Right now,
there's the
those
top of the
barn
window.
doors open up to the open air.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah, it literally.
and on the inside, there's two.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see what
Or
it
it's
looks like
just-
on the inside here.
I don't have a problem.
That has a
Much better.
better look.
Okay.
It does.
Let's see what you drew here.
Do that.
Which is what you were saying.
Yeah, I think it softens it a little bit.
It changes the.
I
rhythm.
agree. Yeah,
Totally
It
changes.
gives it more vertical rather, or more horizontal than vertical.
but it needs that window,
Needs
or something,
something.
it needs
Something.
something
Okay.
different. in
What
there.
if that's removed and this comes up a little bit?
Well,
I don't have a problem with the,
before we go too far with that window.
Yeah.
Because it might relate back. And I come over to this,
Please,
you
yeah.
don't get this straight on, but this is, you can see a little bit of this, which is why I took the other photo.
yeah,
But, I've gone with just a 4, I'm saying that this is something new, modern, these are bifold doors on the addition, so I'm not giving them with their 3 little kids all those muttons.
Yeah.
I'm just saying 4 panes, that's it. If I brought that and just say here. That more of a Victorian 4-pane, whether I did it,
Can you
Like
do that on
all
all the windows
I could.
and just have a very simple, like, cause I think that will add to like the visual overstimulation for me is if you have a 6-pane window and then what is that, a 9-pane window and then a 4-pane window and they're all on the front. You
So
see
just
what Yeah, like just so up in the.
Yeah, so the single header and then the nine, these are all the same.
Yeah,
I'd like
nine,
to,
there's a six
make-
there, there's a 9 over there. There's a 9,
They're all
just.
nines except for these and that.
Yeah, so could you just like do 4 panes across the board and just
Mhm.
make it
Yes.
uniform?
Is that?
It will feel a little more modern.
I was gonna say, is it gonna be too?
It already feels a little bit more modern because of the stonework.
Well, the whole thing to me in some degree feels modern. Yeah, the
Yeah.
stonework and then the barn doors.
mind
the
it.
Garage doors.
Yeah. I don't
It's
mind it
fine.
feeling modern, I just want it to still feel like not the main house.
Okay.
I guess that's
But the proportions,
the proportions
Oh.
part of it.
that window, if it was more similar to this, which it's aligned with the garage door on the bottom, might be better, which is
like
the
a
guy.
diamond.
I think so.
I'm afraid it's gonna feel like a hole in the house. I mean, these were bigger at one point
Okay.
and it was feeling like a hole in the house. I didn't. It felt a little top heavy to me. My inclination is to make it smaller. But if I do that, it's going to be,
But
do I-
perhaps if you do,
do I mind
if you
with
do
these?
two bays of that window, it's about the same size as the garage doors, it feels like from here.
It's about a foot on each side
Yeah.
that I'm coming in.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking what if I use this 4 square? And I took those pane sizes and made them the pane size of the 4
Yeah,
square in the
that's-
front.
Yeah,
And just did 2
Yeah,
4
two of
squares.
those, yes, yes.
So half of what we're.
I'm not committing you
It's
before you've
actually-
seen it, because I know.
So half of what you have there, like,
Yes.
Right,
yes,
Yeah.
well, but I'm not gonna make them look like doors, I'm just gonna put them in as windows.
that's, that would be
Yeah,
fine.
okay.
I think that would be better.
I think
because-
And then it ties this
And then
to
it's
that. I was in some ways
Yes.
thinking I wanted to separate this is the modern, this is the new.
No, but I like it.
No, I
better if
think
it's
you should
going
just
to-
make it all through because you
Yeah.
have that very modern stone wrapping around the front of the building too.
Mm-hmm.
So just,
Okay, because it's not really an old building, like with the
No,
old
it's not
building,
an
I'll
old
always
building.
try and make it distinct from the old building.
no.
Just don't make,
No.
just don't make the divider super thin,
Yeah.
because then it gets real modern looking.
Oh, yeah, no, I want a mullion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like just, I'm looking for something, I guess, more cohesive
Yeah.
and less
But I think
busy. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the shed dormers will
that's better.
to where you want.
And kind of making these windows a little bit more similar to the modern ones on the side might be better.
Okay,
Unfortunately, they're modern, but they're just so simple that they
Yeah.
can transition.
okay.
What?
By making those windows,
The fork?
well, they're modern, they're so simple, they're
Yeah.
not like truly modern. I mean, you wouldn't see those in 1800s,
You
but
These doors,
On the big ones, yes, it's,
I've been to a couple Victorian houses that have original 1880s floor to ceiling windows like that.
right, but they're not all gang together. You have.
No, not
This is,
together.
this is.
Yeah.
gonna be
Not together.
no, but yeah,
But like taking that old sort of vibe and just making it a little updated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Did that help or? Or
No, because I've been through this, we started this years ago and then we did an interior project and now we're back.
Right.
And in that 3-year period, I'll say, we've been through a few
Several.
different yes,
Iterations.
iterations. And so I might be pulling something up that I've already done in part. Yes. So, no, thank you.
any other questions, comments?
Now, right now, there are no gutters on it. I don't know if we're gonna have to put gutters only on the new part, or if they're gonna make us gutter the whole thing in order to put in a drainage
Yep.
system.
So the only comment I had when you had, if I heard you correctly, on your railing that's on that little porch up there,
Mhm.
you were talking about that being this new modern wire.
no,
No,
behind.
behind it,
Behind
so
that
this is
wall.
wood X, but that doesn't meet the code,
Yeah.
because there's too big a drop off right here. So,
No, those, okay,
no,
got it.
I-
Yeah, because I know we didn't approve one before.
Right.
Okay.
so, okay.
and I haven't, at this point, I didn't bring you a sample of a wire or a
Yeah.
picture or anything. And we just thought I thought that was better than a picket on this case.
And then you'll drag that same sort of like window through to the west elevation too, so you don't have 6 and then a 9.
Yeah,
or 12.
no, we will make it so it's cohesive, so
Great,
my client inside too will have a
Awesome.
cohesive.
awesome.
Even though we don't see that west elevation.
Yeah, I know, I just.
Yeah.
You won't see this part,
No,
and I don't think we do this.
for that.
No, I was doing that thinking that wasn't historic.
Yeah. So. Okay. Anything else?
Nope.
Is there a
Thank
motion?
you very much.
I'll make, do we need?
When is your
Yes,
deadline?
because we have to.
It's not published.
I'll make a motion to.
Motion to adjourn?
Yes.
Yeah, second person.
I will look that up. I don't know off the top of my head. It's 2 weeks before,
Yes.
2 weeks before the
So is
next
it
meeting.
next?
So the Wednesday
is-
be 2 weeks.
Is it next
for the
Wednesday?
Wednesday.
I'm looking, hold on. So our next meeting is what?
So let's vote
12?
for adjourning. Okay?
I think it's the 29th. So, is that?
No.
No, that's
No,
not.
that doesn't sound right.
It's February 12th.
We just got an email to us, so. And the dates, you tell them what.
Oh, yeah, I get
It's the 21st.
Yeah.
It's the 21st, I believe.
Which is,